Hey, welcome into Sports Map. I'm Brandon Strange. That's Josh Jordan. He's editor of SportsMapHouston.com and the host of Moneyline, which is Sundays at 10 a.m. on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5 FM. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hey, Josh, big news this week was the retirement, the debunking of said retirement, and then the eventual confirmation of said retirement of one Tom Brady. So here are the Bucs. They are the next team up without a quarterback. We know a team in particular that's looking to get rid of one. What do you think? Do the Bucs become the new dark horse in the pursuit of Deshaun Watson?
I could certainly see it happening. And one of those main reasons is we've heard the city is important for Deshaun. And we know that the trade almost happened to the Dolphins, that Deshaun waived his no-trade clause for Miami. Tampa is not that far from Miami, same type of environment. I actually like the NFC a little better for Deshaun because, with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and now Joe Burrow, AFC is pretty loaded. You go to the NFC, who knows if Aaron Rodgers ends up with the Broncos? Brady's gone, of course. So NFC looks like it's opening up. And in that division in particular, Sean Payton's leaving the Saints. Drew Brees is gone. Not much in Carolina. Matt Ryan's on his last legs in Atlanta. So that would make a lot of sense for me, for him to go to Tampa. And not to mention, Tampa, they took Jameis Winston, who had a little bit of baggage coming out of college. So they've shown that they'll take some risks when it comes to character stuff.
What do you think as far as resources? Because obviously Tampa was a good team. What do you think about what they'd have to offer in return?
It's not great. Obviously we were talking about the Giants, in previous videos because they have the 2 first-round picks in the top 10. That would be ideal. But the big issue is it's the no-trade clause. If Deshaun says, I'm not waiving it for anybody but Tampa or whoever, you might just kind of have to go with who Deshaun allows you to trade him to. We've seen that with James Harden. We've seen this stuff before. So, and who knows? The pick doesn't have to be for this year and this year alone. I mean, we could be talking about first-round picks in upcoming years to where maybe Tampa has a more desirable pick for the Texans. There's a lot of talent that's going to be leaving the Bucs, not just Tom Brady, but who knows? Gronk might retire. Antonio Brown's gone. Chris Godwin was on a 1-year deal and blew out his ACL. So, the team might not be so great around Deshaun after next season, and some of those future picks could be something that's a little higher up that the Texans could really take advantage of.
Well, obviously Tom Brady is the GOAT at his position, if not all of football, and he was an MVP last season, MVP finalist this season. If he played next season, no one would have blinked an eye. So my question to you would be this, is what do you think the drop-off would be from the GOAT to a guy who's on-field decision-making is, in all honesty, at times been questioned. It's not consistent, and he hasn't seen the field for a full season. What's that drop-off look like?
I mean, we can't act like it's not going to make a difference. I mean, the guy hasn't played football in a year, and who knows if some kind of suspension gets levied, if he plays the entire season for them. And drop-off-wise, Tom Brady had the most touchdown passes and most passing yards in the entire NFL this year. So as good as Deshaun could possibly be, you're going to see a little bit of drop-off. Brady's been spectacular the last 2 years.
The no-trade clause is obviously the thing that's hanging out there. It gives Deshaun, an amount of undue leverage. What cards do the Texans have to play in that scenario to maybe force Deshaun to be open to other situations?
I think it's going to be harder now because Deshaun's, cap number, now he finally hits that full, in the neighborhood of $40 million a year. The Texans can't fade that and not play him. That's just not something that can really be done, in my opinion. That's just too big a number and for a second season straight to be paying him all that money and not having him play. I don't see it. And we've already heard Nick Caserio say they're targeting the start of free agency, the start of the new year in mid-March is when they're hoping to have a deal for Deshaun. Plus the other thing hanging over this, Brandon, is all these depositions
right.
And, all these witnesses coming forward and talking about what happened with Deshaun, and eventually Deshaun's going to be deposed and have to go on the record with what happened. Depending on what comes out, that could drastically change which side has the leverage.